Let's turn to Joe Cirincione now, president of the Ploughshares Fund, working to reduce and eliminate the dangers posed by nuclear weapons. He's also the author of Nuclear Nightmares, Securing the World Before It's Too Late. Joe, it's nice to see you.
Pleasure, Shepard.
Where are we in the long arc of troubles with North Korea?
This is a major step forward for North Korea. This is the most dangerous test they've done yet, and it demonstrated some new capabilities. As you showed on the map, it didn't travel very far, but that's because it took a lofted trajectory. It went straight up, and then it came straight down. So even though it only traveled about 500 miles, about the distance from Maine to Washington, D.C., if you flatten that out, you got to 2,500 miles. That's the width of the United States, and it could travel that in about 30 minutes. What's significant about this is why it took this trajectory. One of the things they were testing was a re-entry vehicle. You and I have talked about this, Shepard, in the past. One of the obstacles is not just getting something up into space, but being unable to bring it back down, have it survive the heat. This test mimicked what it would be like for an ICBM range, a longer range missile, the heat and the stress of re-entry, and they apparently had a successful test of their re-entry vehicle technology. And finally, this is a stepping stone on the way to that longer missile, very similar to the way the Chinese developed their long-range missiles. They had a missile like this. They called it the DF-3. It went about this long. A few years later, they followed it by the DF-4, and they used that as the first stage of their intercontinental ballistic missile. That is what we think North Korea is up to.
We need some de-escalation here. Are the Chinese going to prove to be partners in that, or do we have a long road to go, or what's your assessment?
The Chinese are definitely going to be a partner, but there's no way we can outsource this to China. They are not going to take care of the problem for us. They will put on more sanctions. They will put on more pressure. They and Russia, as Putin just affirmed today, do not want to see a nuclear-armed North Korea continuing to test like this. But they are not going to put sanctions on that will cause the North Korean regime to collapse. That is, sending millions of refugees into China, destabilizing it, creating chaos on the peninsula. They want the United States to meet with North Korea to negotiate some agreement. That's the compromise. Pressure plus engagement could stop the program.
Joe Cirincione. Joe, thanks very much.
Thank you.